We are now joined by Coach Pete Golding and players Trinidad Chambliss and Will Eccles from Ole Miss. Coach Golding will make an opening statement, and then we'll open the floor to questions. Coach?
Just super excited for our players. I thought they responded the right way. Definitely didn't play our cleanest football in the first half on either side of the ball, and kind of challenged them at halftime and said, look, we were up 9 on these guys going in the fourth quarter last time. I said, let's play 30 minutes of football and out-physical them and execute, and they responded like they have all year. It's a super tough group. They got a lot of grit, and they love playing football, and they're not tired of it. So just really, really proud of the group and the effort that took place tonight.
We'll open up the floor to questions. If you're asking a player a question, please identify which player you're asking the question to. We'll start on the left side.
David Edelstein, Sports Director at WJTV in Jackson. Coach, obviously a crazy ending there. What was the difference in the second half to be able to turn it on, and what were you telling your guys at halftime about it being that close still and that you're in it?
Yeah, I think, the first half we didn't leverage the ball very well on defense, and we were getting to the ball. We just had a lot of missed tackles, and this was an issue when we played them the first time. We had double-digit missed tackles and understanding angles and all that. So we weren't really concerned from a scheme standpoint. There wasn't anything at halftime that we were like, all right, we got to change a lot of things. We just got to execute better and get the guy with the ball on the ground. And then offensively, they didn't stop us in the first half. We turned one over, and then did a poor job, obviously, with the clock at the end, to not get 3. So wasn't concerned about that at all. We just said, look, I told them all, take a deep breath, right? Let's go play one at a time. And we got good enough players. We got good enough players to beat anybody. And so when they're on the same page, we will beat anybody.
I will stay on the left side.
Coach, it's been obviously a whirlwind stretch for your team, and you've been focused on your guys, but you're now capping a weekend where a lot of recent national title winners in this sport have fallen to teams that haven't won it all in quite a while. With all you've been through in the last few weeks, what do you think it takes for a team to succeed at this kind of strange moment in college football in 2026?
I think you got to have the right guys. And what I mean by that, I think they got to be tough. I think they got to be competitive. I think they got to love football. And I think you got a lot of guys on other teams that don't love football. There's one thing about this group, they love football. They love competing, they like practicing, they like preparing, and they like playing. And I think at this point in the year, you better have a group of guys that still wants to play. Because every time you go out there and you spot the ball, you're playing for another opportunity to play. And these guys aren't tired of playing, and it's fun watching them.
We'll move to the right side, front row.
Trinidad, just first of all, what are the emotions like for you right now? And then 2, the last time you played them, you guys lost that fourth quarter. This time you were able to win the fourth quarter. I guess from your perspective, what was the biggest difference?
Yeah, my emotion right now is crazy right now. Really speechless, honestly, about everything because, it was that same point. We were down 9, or they were down 9 last time we played them, so it was kind of like roles reversed. Then obviously, played them before. I didn't play my best in the fourth quarter, so I wanted to redeem myself and, get back again. So honestly, just trusting my guys. Our coaches put us in a great position, and we executed.
We'll move to the left side along the aisle.
Coach, from a tight-knit community like Hammond, America, to come in to hear your name in the Superdome in front of 68,000 people chanted, talk about what this moment feels like after your coaching journey and all the noise this season.
Yeah, I think it feels very good for our players. I think it doesn't register from a coaching standpoint, I think, until the season is done and the work is done, and you can look back and reflect at some point, but they deserve for us to get ready for this next one. And it was an awesome turnout for our team. The fans, it felt like a home game to me, looking up and hearing them, and then for these guys to play the way they did and to be able to come back, in a game like that versus a team like that. They're one of the best teams in the country and one of the best coaches in the country. So, they're never scared and they don't panic. And that's what I love about this group. They don't ever get too high. They don't get too low. They want to get coached. They want to get coached hard, and they want another opportunity. And no different than Lacey. He fumbled. He came right up to me. He's like, Coach, I got you. Don't worry. I said, I'm not. It's just that's who they are, man. They're wired the right way.
Go to the right side, second row.
Yeah, this could be for either of the players or both of you. But, I think the team of destiny term can get thrown around a lot, but you guys have been through so much. I think a lot of fans that maybe don't have a dog in the fight are pleased to see you guys win and pulling for you because of what you've been through. Do you buy into that at all? Does it matter to you? Do you feel like you have that sort of team of destiny energy about you?
Yeah, we're not really focused on destiny or anything like that. We just want to play ball and have fun. A lot of people did doubt us before the season, and they still doubted us when our coach left. So we just want to play ball and have fun, and I think that's showing right now.
Yeah, we try to block out the noise. And just keep the main thing, and going 1-0. It don't matter who we play, just spot the ball.
Can we move to the left side in the back?
This question is either for Coach Golding or for Trinidad. In the last drive, in the ultimate game-winning drive, after you got in a field goal range, you followed it up with the pass play, and I found that rather peculiar because that pass was almost intercepted. Can you walk me through the decision to follow that up with the pass play instead of perhaps keeping it on the ground? And can you talk about the two subsequent passes and why you may not have taken more time off the clock than what you ended up doing? Because there were 9 seconds left when you kicked that game-winning field goal.
Yes, sir. So there was 20-something seconds left on the clock, and we had no timeouts. So if you run the ball and you're tackled in bounds, the clock runs, and then you're running red field goal out there at that moment, which is crazy, and a lot of things can happen. So the first was an out route into the boundary to try to get a cheat 5, right? Because every 3 yards increases your field goal percentage by 10%. So we were trying to move it up 5 more yards. They did try to trap it. So after that, it was air balls to delay time off the clock, throw it over the head, knowing we're not going to turn the ball over right here. And so that was the philosophy behind it, knowing there was going to be about a 3-second play, once we made the field goal, and that'd be a kickoff, and you're going to defend one play because we're going to kick it out of the back of the end zone, and you were going to call circus and be fine. So that was the thought process.
We'll go to the left side in the front row.
Brad Logan, Logan Media Network. Question for Will. You said one of the goals we talked to you earlier this week was to have Georgia punt at 4. After half, 21 points in the second quarter. What kind of halftime adjustments did you guys have to stop Georgia in the third quarter?
Just like you said, just making open field tackles, taking the right angle, and I think the biggest thing in this game was the third downs, having them in long third downs, so we can get our pass rushers on the field and let them rush.
For you, Pete, I was curious, as you being the defensive guy, Lucas being the kicker, how well do you know him? What's your relationship like so far, and what gave you the confidence to chart him out early in the first half, and then what did you see in the game winner?
Well, I think a lot of people in the country think Lucas is the best kicker in the country. So a lot of people want Lucas. So I've been meeting with Lucas a lot lately. So we've had a lot of good meetings here, and especially this week. I got to spend a lot of time with him one-on-one and just getting to know him a little more and figuring out what he wants in the future and all that. But we knew he was special, with Coach Scooney recruiting him last year, and we felt like he was the best kicker in the country coming out of Western Kentucky last year, and he's done an unbelievable job this year. And these guys will tell you, our Fast Friday, we end with field goal script, and it didn't look like that. So we made him do it again, and then we made him do it again. So he got his mulligans out on Friday, what we call a Fast Friday, which was yesterday. So he was ready to go. Got all the confidence in the world with him.
We'll stay on the front row on the left side.
Just the last 7 weeks, the defense looks completely different than it did against Georgia the first time around. What are the biggest differences you've seen from that side of the ball?
Yeah, I know. I mean, you guys, when y'all watch defense, y'all look at stats and points. Like my man said 21 points. One of them was a scoop and score, right? Like the defense wasn't out there. So a lot of it is not scheme-based and things like that. I mean, angles, missed tackles. My big thing coming into the game, we wanted to leverage the ball really well, which we didn't at times, and we wanted to contest every play. And so what I mean by contesting every play, when they go up and make a play over the top of us, I'm good with that. I'm okay with that. Everybody's on the same page. They did their job. When we have busts versus good teams, you're going to get beat. And guys are running free like the fourth down. We have a bust in the coverage, and it's not contested. That's bad football. And you're not going to win big games like that. So that was the thing that we've got to continue to clean up because we did not do that consistently tonight, and it's going to get us in the – it's going to get us. And so we got to clean those up and become more consistent.
We'll move to the right side, second row.
Hey, Coach, how you doing? Chase Kissard here with the Daily Star out of Hammond, Louisiana. Growing up right down the road, how special is this moment for you, leading Ole Miss to one of the best wins in school history?
No, I mean, I was super grateful for the opportunity that obviously our chancellor and Keith, gave me to step in with these guys. And, you know, a lot of guys put a lot of work into this in our building and in our community and our fan base and recruit really good players like these two guys. And to be around these dudes on a daily basis, like, I don't want it to end. And, yeah, it's definitely special, you know, being 35 miles away. My brother lives in New Orleans, a bunch of family, and, you know, a bunch of Hammond High boys here tonight. So, yeah, absolutely. We love playing in the Dome. But, you know, more importantly for these guys to have the opportunity to compete for a championship. And that was the one thing that has been consistent for us since we've been here 3 years. This guy over here was pissed off last year we didn't make the playoffs. So I know everybody else was doubting us this season, but the goal of this season of why Trinidad came was to compete for a championship. And that's something that we're going to do around here on a consistent basis.
We'll go to the left side, second row.
Thanks. To our two athletes up here, just how much do you appreciate Cardinaro and what he did? Sugar Bowl breaking his own record twice in the game, and the game winner, and what a kicker adds to the team, even though he's not on the field so often. And just what are the emotions of the roller coaster at the end of the game with how all of that played out?
Yeah, Lucas, we have all of our trust in Lucas, you know. Like PG just said that, you know, during our Fast Friday, we call it Fast Friday, but the day before the game, it's like a walkthrough. And he went out there and missed 2 field goals, and that's very uncharacteristic of him. So for him to hit the game-winning field goal, there's no doubt in our minds that he won't be able to make that. So we always have trust in Lucas, and yeah, well, we believe in him. And for the emotions, the things that happened towards the end of the game, it was kind of weird and hectic at times because we didn't know if the game was all over or if we still had to go out there. So it was just kind of funny seeing them drag like the stand back off the field and just get everybody off back on the sideline. So that was pretty funny.
Yeah, you know, I'm just glad how the game played out. You know, we was up 3. They came down, kicked a field goal, we come to a field goal. And I want to say Lucas, yesterday you was talking about Fast Friday. I think Lucas, like, missed that field goal at that exact spot. And for him to come back and hit that field goal to win the game, I'm very happy for him.
We'll go to the right side in the front row.
Jake Thompson, Spirit on 3. Will, you grabbed the mic there at the end and addressed Corey Adams' mother and said some words. Just what did this game and this win mean for y'all in that regard, and how much was he kind of on y'all's hearts and minds this week being in New Orleans?
He's been on our mind heavy. He's on our mind really all day. You know, when we break it down after practice, we break it down on C4. We gave his mom the game jersey yesterday before the game, and we talked with her a lot. You know, she just shared more stories about him and how great of a kid he was. And I was just glad that we got to come to New Orleans and to play in his home state and represent him.
We'll move to the left side.
Trinidad, are you still waiting on your appeal for next year?
Yeah, I am. I think the NCAA is closed right now. I'm pretty sure they open tomorrow, so hopefully we hear an answer soon.
How have you kept that process from being distracting to you? I mean, you having other people work on it for you? I mean, how do you compartmentalize that?
Yeah, I got people working on it. I'm not the one that's working on it. You know, my job right now is to focus on football and to focus on this team and focus on, you know, being 1-0 in the next game. So that's my main focus right now.
We have time for one more question.
Hey, Will, I'm just curious, were you surprised when they snapped the ball on that 4th down play in the 4th quarter that y'all ended up getting a sack on? And what does it sort of say about the preparation of this defense that you were ready when it happened?
It just shows you that we don't flinch. I wasn't surprised. I mean, I knew it was a big play in the game. So I ain't gonna say I was surprised, but you know, Perkins made a great play. I think he went on block and when he got a strip sack. So made a good play.
And that concludes our press conference. Thank you, gentlemen, and congratulations.